Hello everyone, I am AKS. In this class you will learn the shortcut method of factorizing or solving quadratic equation with rational roots. Let us begin. Consider a quadratic equation 3x square plus 11x plus 6 equal to 0. Let us call this as 1. In order to write the roots of this equation directly, first consider the product of coefficient of x square and the constant of the quadratic equation, that is 3 into 6, 18. Now factorize 18 so that the sum of these two factors is 11, because 11 is the coefficient of x. Now we can write this as 9 and 2. 9 plus 2, 11, and 9 into 2, 18. So having these two numbers, we can write the roots of equation 1 directly. Roots of equation 1 are x equal to and x equal to. So first what you need to do is change the signs of these two numbers, minus 9, minus 2, and divide both of them by 3. That is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Divide the numbers by coefficient of x square and we get x equal to minus 3 and x equal to minus 2 by 3. So these are the two roots of the equation 1. Now for the second example, we shall consider an equation 4x square minus 12x plus 5 equal to 0. So first you need to take the product of coefficient of x square and the constant term. That is 4 times 5 equal to 20. Now factorize 20, rather find two numbers so that the product is 20 but the sum is minus 12. So if I write 10 times 2, that is 20. 10 and 2 are the factors. But the sum must be minus 2. For that, we shall take the values as minus 10 and minus 2. So now their product is 20 and their sum is minus 12. So we can write the roots directly, or x equal to. First change the signs of these two numbers. That minus 10 becomes 10. Minus 2 becomes 2. And divide them by coefficient of x square, that is 4. Now we get x equal to 5 upon 2 and x equal to 1 upon 2. These are the roots of the equation 2. In the second part of this lesson, we shall learn to factorize a quadratic equation with minimum steps. First, we shall consider f of x equal to 4x square minus 12x plus 5. So first find the product of coefficient of x square and the constant. 4 times 5, 20. Now factorize this 20 so that the sum of two numbers is minus 12. We can write it as minus 10 and minus 2 so that the product of minus 10 and minus 2 is 20, whereas the sum of these two is minus 12. Now, the last step you write. Now, please don't change the signs. Write these numbers. Divide them by coefficient of x square, that is 4. So now you get minus 5 upon 2. Keep the negative sign for the numerator. Minus 2 upon 4 becomes minus 1 upon 2. Now to write the factors, take these denominators as coefficients of x and the numerator ones as constants in the factors, linear factors. So we will get f of x equal to 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 1. So that is a factorization of 4x square plus 12x plus 5. One more example, 6x square plus x minus 2 equal to f of x. Rather, f of x equal to 6x square plus x minus 2. First, find the product of the coefficient of x square and the constant, which is minus 2. 6 into minus 2 minus 12. Now find the factors so that the sum of the factors is coefficient of x, which is 1. By inspection, we can write it as 4 and minus 3. The product of 4 and minus 3 is minus 12, and the sum of 4 and minus 3 is plus 1. Now, write 4. Please don't change the signs. Divide these numbers by coefficient of x square, that is 6. So these two numbers reduces to 2 upon 3 and minus 1 upon 2. Remember, the denominators are the coefficients of x in the linear factor, and the numerator numbers are constant terms in the factors, linear factors. So f of x, you can write it as 3x plus 2 times 2x minus 1. Thank you.